them on dealer fraud. So back to what I said. So deceptive cosigner practices. As y'all just heard me say, a husband and a wife cannot cosign for each other. But within that title, it also talks about how you actually co-sign a dealership, a loan for the dealership, which is why the dealership said that they were the creditor on the retail installment agreement. The dealership was considered a creditor because every car on that lot is already paid for via a line of credit in all of those little banks that y'all heard me talk about, right?
Right.
That we seen on that little sheet. So because you co-signed for the dealership and the dealership didn't pay the loan, and then they sold the contract to the finance company, but that's dealer fraud, right? Because actually they acted as a third party because they are the ones who have the contract with the finance companies. So you'll learn next week how to get all your money back in your title, your head title, and not the one that they sent to the state. Because every last one of you need to get your titles. And if you're going to rescind your car, you guys have an assignment. Assignment time. Go down to your.
I was kind of surprised they kind of that Capital One sent it. I'm like, it don't even have Capital One name as the creditor on the installment agreement. It has the dealership name.
Well, it would, because remember in that wonderful retail installment agreement that you have, if you look down after they described all of the little box for TILA, you know, the interest rate and the payments and all of that, where it says you grant us security interest. Yep. You will allow us to transfer. So what they did was, and I'm going to actually make a call and I'm going to record this call and have it for you guys next week. And I'm going to call a finance company and I'm going to let you guys hear them tell me that the dealership sells the contracts to them. They sold the debt obligation to them. Yeah, they used you, but the loan that they got was for the dealership. The dealership defaulted on the loan and you co-signed. Did you get it? You co-signed. So that's what it is. So that's why the contracts are different. But I don't know if you heard me say they were 1 penny off with considered dealer fraud. And they paid $55,000 for being 1 penny off on those contracts because it did not match what it is that they signed. Because guess what happened? Are you looking at your signature? Do your signature look the same on both of those pieces of paper? You probably didn't even check that, did you?
I guess
and if you notice on the retail installment agreement, your signature is on one side of the paper, and on the one that they sent to the Capital One, your signature is on the other side of the paper. Boy, these people trip. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I didn't notice that. And I see that at the bottom of one of the pages, it says seller assigns its interest to this contract, and it crossed out the dealership, and they wrote in Capital One. And then they checked the box that says assigned without recourse.
There you go. They even protected their self. So guess what you could have did? You could have wrote without recourse on that motherfucker too.
Right.
But see, they make it be you're so happy after they made you sit in the dealership for 9 hours. You didn't work the whole shift with them because they got to do 2 sets of paperwork. They are the ones who got the loan. So this is how that call went. And then I'm going to end this here. Okay. So you went into the dealership. You found the car that you wanted. They made it seem like all the wheels and whistles and all that shit, right? So then, because every car on the lot is already paid for, the dealership, that's why they never do these calls in front of you. They go to the finance manager. Now they're going to shoot your application to everybody. They're going to take the best deal, interest rate for them, not you, right? Then the bank is going to be like, so CarMax is going to call Allie. Hello, Allie. I need a loan. What do you need a loan for? We need it for 70,000. But the projected amount in which this security interest is going to be worth after so many years and after it matures in 9 months, but you're getting interest on it every 4 weeks, and it's going to